Hello, in this quick video, I'm going to show you how to change missing grades in Canvas Gradebook to zeros. So Canvas has an unfortunate problem that the way it treats any MyOpenMath grades that are not submitted. So let's say a student has not done an assignment, it treats them as missing values and it does not incorporate them in the calculation. So if you can take a look at this example, so what I did is I just clicked on grades and I went into my Canvas gradebook and I can see this one student test student. And even though he has a lot of assignments that he hasn't done, so you can take a look and see homework 5 is missing, homework 6 is missing, homework 7 is missing. He did do 8, 9, 10, 11, but he didn't do 12, 13, and so on. So, but however, when you look at the final grade of the student, this student has a 94, so he has an A. Even though he, by the way, did not take any of the exams, you can see exam 3 is missing, that's a missing grade. So what do I do? Now, one thing you can do is basically manually type for each missing dash, type a 0, but that takes a long time, especially if you have a lot of students and you might miss someone and you want to do it fast. So I just want to show you how to do that. So if you go to export on the top right, you can go ahead and export current gradebook view. So that should take a second, and that'll make it into an Excel spreadsheet, or actually a CSV, which is comma separated file. So I'll just say that that's just a temporary gradebook. So I'll just save that in my downloads. Okay, so now it's saved it there. And then when I look at it, I can go ahead and open it up. So just a second until it opens. Because it's very, very important that your students get a 0, not a missing grade. Like you want the missing assignments to count as zeros. Otherwise, your students may just ignore all assignments and get 100. Okay, so what you do is if you know already which assignments you want to replace, so maybe some of them are not due yet, so you don't want to do that, but let's just say that you decided that maybe homework 1 through homework 14 is already past due and you don't anticipate that the student is going to do anything anymore. So what you're just going to do is highlight the cells that you want to change. Okay, so and I'm also going to include the class activities, let's say, and why not the exam, whatever. Then what you want to do is find replace. So replace is under find and select. You could also do Control H of your keyboard. And then it says find what, so you leave that blank and then you say replace with 0. Now, for good measure, I also check these boxes to make sure that there is nothing else there and it's just a pure missing field. And then I just click on replace all. And it tells me that 20 cells were replaced and zeros are now there. Now I'm going to go ahead and save that, close that file. And what I'll do next is import it. So I'll import and I will select the file that I just messed with. And I'm going to upload it. So Canvas will take a second and it'll show you any inconsistencies and they'll be marked in red. So there's any problems, like maybe you erased some grade by accident and you didn't mean it, so that it'll flag it for you in red. So if any grade changed from a larger grade to a smaller grade, it'll mark it in red. But nothing happened here. All it did is just said, okay, all the missing values are now zeros. And then you just click on Save Changes. Now it's going to say it's going to take some time. Okay, fine. Click OK. And so eventually it's going to show up. So it's not going to show up right away. Sometimes, especially if you have a lot of students and you're replacing a whole bunch of items, the zeros, it's not going to show up right away. So for example, right now it still says the homework 6 and 7 is still missing values. But if I refresh the page, hopefully they now will change. Yeah, because you see how 6 and 7 are now 0, so I can see the class activities are now 0. So now when I look at the student grade, that student actually has an 18.8, which is a little bit different from an A that that student currently had. So just make sure you do that, especially during mid-semester when students are supposed to know what their current grade is, when they're deciding whether to withdraw from the course or not. So you have to be mindful of the withdrawal date, and it is very important for students to know where they stand. And I'm going to record one more video to show you how to withdraw a student if a student is not attending by withdrawal date, because after withdrawal date, which is different for every semester, you can look that up in the academic calendar, you might want to withdraw some of your students that stopped attending and are not taking exams and are not doing homework. Well, hopefully that was helpful. Thank you.